Okay, in this section we're going to discuss about the equation of lines, which is linear equation. We already started discussing about linear equation, and we try to discuss it about we try to discuss more about these lines, the linear equation. So these are the objective. We try to find out the equation of lines, and based on the equation of two lines, we will find out either they are parallel or perpendicular, and we try to see how can we use them in modeling in real life problems. So this is from previous section. We already know that the equation of the line in slope-intercept form is y equal mx plus b, or you can also write down that y as a function of x. We know b is the y-intercept, and then m stands for the slope. There is one more equation in point slope form, equation of line. If a line is passing through a point, for example, let's say you have a line like this, and it's passing through a point. You know this point, x coordinate is x1 and then y coordinate is y1, and the slope of the line is m. M is the slope of this line. Then you can write down the equation of that line in point slope form. This is the formula for that: y minus y1 equal m times x minus x1. So okay, after that, let's see examples. This is the problem we have given. This is the graph, and using the graph we would like to find out equation, find the slope and then y-intercept of the graph, then write down the equation. So for finding the slope you need 2 points. So just pick the 2 points from here. Let's say I'm going to pick 1 2 3 0. This is the 1 point I'm going to pick, 3 0. So my job is to find our job is to find the equation of line. We need slope, so that's the reason we're trying to find the slope here. Let me just add one extra page here, blank page. So we need to find the slope of that line. What is the slope? For the slope, we know the formula for the slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. These are the 2 points you need. So I'm going to pick this point 3 1 2 comma 0. That's the 1 point I'm going to pick. You can pick any points from this line. Another point I'm going to pick is 3 1 2 3 comma 2. So now using this formula, if this is my y2, which is 2, and y1 is 0, x2 is 3 and x1 is 2, so that's 2 over 1, which is actually 2. So the slope of this line is 2. Okay, and what is the equation? You have this formula, you have the slope, which is 2, and what else? Find the slope and y-intercept. Y-intercept means the point on x-axis, which is 2 comma 0. So we have y-intercept, we have, sorry, it's x-intercept. The y-intercept is 0 comma 1 2 3 4 negative 4. So the y-intercept is here 0 comma negative 4. So if we try to use this previous formula with this information, I'm talking about this formula, this b represents the y coordinate for the y-intercept and m is the slope. So equation would be, if you try to write down the equation, y equal, the slope is 2 times x plus the b is negative 4. That was the this value. Okay, so by using this two fact, our equation is y equal 2x minus 4. So that's the equation of the line, this line. The slope is 2. Check the answer. Y-intercept, they are asking us to write it down as an ordered pair, so it's supposed to be parentheses, what is that? Parentheses 0 comma negative 4. That's the y-intercept. And the equation slope-intercept form would be y equal 2x minus 4. That's the slope-intercept form. Okay, let's go to another problem. Let's say this one. Write a slope-intercept equation for a line with the given characteristic. So you have given the slope and you know the equation is passing through a point. For this formula is not enough because it's a point slope formula. So you have to use this formula. And for this formula, the slope is given, which is negative 3 over 7. So slope is negative 3 over 7. And then point x1, y1, the coordinate for the point, it's given, that's negative 2 and negative 5. So I'm going to plug this value here. Y1 is negative 5. M, which is the slope, is negative 3 over 7. X1 is negative 2, so that negative and this negative becomes positive 2. So that's the point slope form. From here we would like to write down the equation in slope-intercept form. So we need to distribute this and do the simplification. Y plus 5 equal negative 3 over 7x. Negative, if you distribute this here, this negative times positive is negative. 3 times 2 is 6 over 7. But this is still not slope-intercept form. You have to bring this 5 to the other side. And after that, you have to simplify that. So I'm going to, what is that? Let's see. I'm going to, I'm going to just bring this 5 to other side. I need a blank page here. So y equal y plus 5 equal negative 3 over 7x and negative 6 over 7. This is the equation from here. If you can take negative 3 over 7x minus 6 over 7, and our goal is to write down this as a slope-intercept form. So we have to bring the 5 to other side. So y would be, this is gone, negative 3 over 7x. Now you have to add these two numbers. Sorry, this negative 6 over 7 and negative 5, because there is nothing on the denominator, so I can just make it 7 by multiplying the top by 7 and bottom by 7, because I would like to combine them. And that would be negative 6, negative 5 times 7 is 35 divided by 7, which is negative 41 divided by 7. So after you add this two number, it's going to be negative 41 divided by 7. So this is the answer for the slope-intercept form. So the y equal negative 3 over 7x, negative 41 over 7. So that's the slope-intercept form. Okay, let's go to next thing here. Okay, if you have two vertical lines, they are always parallel. As you can see here, they are parallel. If the lines are not vertical, then they are only parallel if their slope, that's the same slope. If two lines, they have the same slope, then they are parallel. Okay, so If there are vertical lines, then there is no slope you can find because slope is undefined. So they are parallel always. But for non-vertical lines, they are parallel only if they have a same slope. Two lines are perpendicular if the product of their slope is equal to -1. So in this case here you can see the slope of the first line times the slope of the second line is negative 1. That's supposed to be the case. That's the perpendicular. Perpendicular means the angle between them is supposed to be 90 degree. If you have a horizontal line and then vertical line, they are always perpendicular. Keep in mind, for the vertical line, the slope is undefined, so we cannot find the slope. But still, we can see the shape and we can say that they are perpendicular. Okay? Yeah. Vertical line and horizontal line, they are perpendicular. We can use lines in solving real life problem. So we can use mathematical modeling to model real life situation. And in this particular section, we try to use linear equation for modeling. Okay. Sometime when we plot given data, we try to come up with the curve which best fit the data, and that's called curve fitting. So here I'm going to talk about one example. This is the data between cost of 30-second Super Bowl commercial from 2010 to 2015. So for 2010, the value of X we assume start with 0. 0 means 2010. 1 means 2011. 2 means 12. 3 means 13. So on so on. And these are the cost for 30-second Super Bowl commercial. If you plot this data, plotting data means when X is 0, which is in 2010, the cost is 2.9 million. So that's what you're going to plot here. This is 0, 2.9. When X is 1, which is 2011, the value increased to 3.1 million. So this is the data. And now you have to come up with the curve which best fit this data. In this case, a line can be used to best fit the data. Okay. From this information, we can find the slope of the data, slope of the line, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You can pick any points from this data, and that gives you the slope. And now you have slope, and you can pick any point on the line, and using the equation of line formula, which is y minus y1 equal m times x minus x1. So this equation of line can be found by using the value of m and then value of 1.x1 and y1, and that equation of line can be used to model this situation. And now we have equation of line, which is this one. And now to predict this value of the cost of 30-second Super Bowl commercial for the future time, you can use this model and you can predict that. So in this example, we would like to predict what would be the value or the cost of 30-second Super Bowl commercial in 2018. So we have the data up to 2015 and we don't know what will be the cost in 2018, but we can use this modeling, the linear equation of line, to predict the value in 2018. Since 2018 means the value of x is 8, if you remember, it starts at 2010, so 2018 means 8. So by using this equation, if you just replace x by 8, it's going to give you the cost of 30-second commercial in 2018 would be 5.2 million. So that's how we can use linear equation. Let's see some more examples. Let's say this one. Determine whether the statement is true or false. This is the vertical line and this is the horizontal line, so it's supposed to be perpendicular all the time. That's right. Let me do one more, or let's go to question number 6. Write a slope-intercept equation for a line that passes through 2 points. This is a slope-intercept form, means I need extra page here. I'm going to insert 2 different pages. Slope-intercept form means y equal mx plus b. This form we are looking for. To use this form, you need slope and you need intercept, the y coordinate for the y-intercept. In this question, you have given 2 points. You don't have given y-intercept. You do have given y-intercept, because if x is 0, then this is the y-intercept. So the only problem is we need to find the slope here. The one point is, there are 2 points given, and one of the point is y-intercept, which is 0, 6.3. So the value of b is 6.3. And another point is -5, 6.3. So there are 2 ways you can solve this problem. One is using this formula directly, for which you need to find the slope. Another one is using the point slope formula. But you need to find out the slope anyway. So I'm going to find the slope, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. I can take y2 as a 6.3. y1 is also 6.3. Divide by x2 is 0 minus 5. Since the value on the top is 0, then the slope is 0. So in this case, the slope is 0. So what is the equation? Equation is y equal, because m is 0, the value of b is 6.3. So the answer, the slope is 0, because it's a horizontal line, and then equation is y equals 6.3. Okay, let's do this question. Write an equation for a line passing through this point that is parallel to the line this one. Then write a second equation for the line passing through the point, the very same point, but the perpendicular to that line. Keep in mind, for finding the equation of line, you need slope and a point at least. Here you have given a point, so you would like to find out a line passing through 5, -4. But what is the slope? Since that line we are interested to find is parallel to this line, so first of all, find out the slope of this line. To find the slope of this line, you have to bring everything to the right side. So I'm going to subtract 5x. So that gives me 6y equal -5x plus 7. Now I'm going to divide both sides by 6. And that gives me y equal -5 over 6, x plus 7 over 6. So now we can compare this with y equal mx plus b. So that means the slope of the line is supposed to be -5 over 6, because the line we're interested to find is parallel to this line. So now for finding the equation of that line, we can use this formula after knowing the slope and a point. A point is this one, so this -4 and negative becomes +4. Slope is -5 over 6 and x1 is 5. So this is the equation, but when you go here it says simplify your answer, type your answer in slope-intercept form. So this is not the end of the story. You have to bring 4 to the other side. You have to distribute this -5 over 6 here. So I'm going to do that here. Y plus 4 equal, let's distribute this -5 over 6. Negative times negative is positive, 25 over 6. And subtract 4. So y is equal to negative 5 over 6x, and you have to do this thing. If you subtract, let me do this math here, 25, 25 over 6 minus 4, there is nothing on the bottom part, so I can just multiply the top and bottom one by 6. So that would be 25 minus 24. Because they have the same denominator, it's a 25 minus 24 divided by 6, which is 1 over 6. So it's a 1 over 6. So that's the answer for this part. Y equal negative 5 over 6x plus 1 over 6. That's the equation parallel to this line and passing through this point. Nice work. Now finding the another equation which is perpendicular to this line, you just have to find the slope, and then you have to use the very same way I did this problem. So what you can do is, we know the slope of the line is negative 5 over 6. So the slope of the line which is perpendicular to that line would be the slope of the line which is perpendicular to this line which has the slope negative 5 over 6. You just have to flip that. Just flip that and make it positive 6 over 5. The reason for that is the product of the slope supposed to be negative 1. So if one of the slope is negative 5 over 6, then another slope has to be reciprocal, which is just flip that slope and make it positive, okay, by using this formula. So the equation of line passing through the very same point 5 and negative 4, 5 and negative 4, and then with this slope would be, we are going to do the same thing. We're going to use the same formula. Y1 is negative 4, but the difference is the slope this time is 6 over 5, and x1 is negative 5, and just distribute 6 over 5. So y plus 4 equals 6 over 5x. When you multiply 6 over 5 with the 5, it will be 6 only. And now subtract 4. So the final answer would be y equals 6 over 5x minus 10. Y equal 6 over 5x minus 10. And that's all for this section.